to my first episode of a podcast. I am using my phone. Normally, when you do a podcast, you have multiple people, but it's just me. And normally, you have like lights and all that. I don't have that much money to, buy lights and have a setup and have friends. Most of my friends that I do videos, they're in school right now. One's a senior and one's a sophomore. So, I will be doing this maybe once to two every week. It depends on everything. But today's video is called Episode 1 Life Story. What that means is I'm going to go way back to my childhood and give you guys an update on kind of how I started watching, not really started watching Disney, but how I became like a Disney personality person. So first we're gonna move you guys just the hair because I want to get a good kind of view. So I feel like I don't know a whole lot from my childhood, but I can give you guys a little bit of information on what kind of I can give you an idea of like what show I watched first and then what took off from there. I don't know a whole lot about my childhood. I know a little bit more now. I have my book so I can look at the shows and stuff that I did watch and stuff. So, if you are just coming on here, hello. Thank you so much. Oh, and also before we start, I just want to say thank you to everyone for helping my channel grow successfully. Yesterday, I have got over 50 subscribers in one day. And I'm still getting subscribers, which is awesome. I feel like more and more people are finding out about my channel. And that's awesome to know that people like my channel. It's just so crazy to think that I'm almost up to 800. I'm almost 200 subscribers away from 1,000. Oh, when you get 1,000 on YouTube, you get paid money. Now that's awesome. That's how Unspeakable and Mr. Beast and all them people, when they do those videos where they say, oh, we're going to do a hide and seek in, a stadium. And whoever wins gets $10,000 or $10 million, because they get paid for those videos. And when you start doing those videos, your videos have to become better and better. My favorite YouTuber used to upload 2 times a week. Now he uploads 1 time a week because he's trying to make his videos better and better. So, let's just get started. First, let me grab out my book. We're going to talk about kind of like my first show that I watched that I can remember. I wish I could show you guys like pictures, but I can't dig them out because they're in my mom's closet with all the other pictures. But the top list on here is Hannah Montana. I kind of remember myself watching Hannah Montana growing up. Like I said, I don't remember what my first show or movie was. This show came out when I was 2.5 years old. I was halfway to 3. Came out in March. My birthday's in June. So, I would say that might have been the first show. If not, it was probably Wizards because Wizards came out in 2008. So, let me see. So in 2008, I would have been 5 years old. So, that probably would have been my first show. But, like I said, I don't remember. So, I'm going with Hannah because I think I watched it when I was younger. So, Hannah Montana was my first show. When I was a kid, I had a lot of things Hannah Montana related. I have a picture on my wall with her that has my name in it. I had that thing for about 14, 15, 16 years. since pretty much the show started. So, I love it, and I never want to get rid of it. I had a Hannah Montana guitar. I used to do it right here in my living room, between my living room and kitchen, about 15, 16 years ago. And it's just crazy on how far time has passed. And I had a video game. I'm not for sure if it's for the Xbox 360 or for the Wii. I think it's for the Xbox 360. My brother had a game. I think it was a Hannah Montana like Rockstar game, and there was a guitar that was attached to it. I can probably show you a picture of it later and post it on my community tab, and post a picture of the game and stuff. I don't remember what it was, but it was something like that. I don't really remember, but that's all I remember of kind of like me, what I had. So, on to the next part of my story. As Hannah Montana became a Disney show and I started watching it, I kind of grew off from there. As I watched it, I kind of realized that, Disney ain't as bad. So when I watched Hannah Montana growing up, there was a new show coming out called Wizards of Waverly Place. And the show actually started in 2007, the first season did, but it didn't actually come on until 2008. So I watched it, and I was beyond grateful for Hannah becoming a successful success. And then watching Wizards also became a successful success. And that year, actually let's backtrack, because I'm talking about shows, but let's backtrack. High School Musical came out in 2006, could be wrong, 2007. So when High School Musical came out, that was the first ever DCOM movie. DCOM stands for Disney Channel Original Movie. There was another name for it, but I'll do that later on in the video. But on the side note, I watched High School Musical. I fell in love instantly with not only the cast and the dancing and the choreography from Kenny Ortega, but I fell in love not just with the movie as well, but with the music. There was just something impactful about that movie that was beyond grateful. I love the movie, and I still love it. I got tears in my eyes. But still to this day, every time I hear a Disney song from Hannah Montana or High School Musical, I blare out. I told myself and said, hey, there's a first movie, what about a second movie? So then came along Wizards, that I've already explained. And then in 2008, there was a new Disney Channel original movie called Camp Rock. I don't know if I remember watching it as a kid. I'm sorry if I get these shows mixed up by year. I'm totally sorry. I'm going by what I think is the year. But then Camp Rock came out. I don't know if I watched it growing up, but I'm going to give you a detail of what it felt like this year. So, me watching Camp Rock was something, it was a little bit different than High School Musical, obviously. You can't make the show based on a school. So, yeah, Camp Rock was a really good, successful movie. Of course, still to this day, people love the Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato. They instantly fell in love. Same thing with Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez. And in 2008, another, I think it was 2008, maybe it was 2009, another High School Musical movie came out, High School Musical 2. When that came out, I kind of fell in love again, just like the first movie, even though it was based for summer. And it was such an amazing movie, had great songs. I love the artists, I love the actors, the dancers. everything about it was just getting better and better. As every show and movie premiered on Disney, it got better and better. And, you know, I love Disney, and that's why I started this channel. But another show came out. A show called Jessie, I believe, came out. I'm not for sure. But was it Jessie or was it Good Luck Charlie? I don't remember. But Jessie came out. And me watching Jessie, I instantly fell in love. Fell in love. Oh, I forgot about The Sweet Life. I'm sorry if I forgot shows. I'm only doing shows that I've seen as a kid. The shows that I haven't seen, I'm seeing currently right now. These are the shows that I remember as a kid. I might have seen, The Sweet Life and The Sweet Life on Deck and Sunny with a Chance and So Random, but I don't remember. So, back to Jessie. I watched Jessie. I instantly fell in love with this specific one person. His name was Cameron Boyce. We love and miss you, Cam. So, I instantly fell in love. He is a great actor, dancer. He's smart, funny, kind, a comedic. He's everything in this world. And when the show started, it became an international sensation. Everybody loved Cameron Boyce. Everybody loved Debbie Ryan and Peyton List and Karan Barar and Sky Jackson. And it continued to grow. And at that time, I don't know the year, but after that, High School Musical 3 came out. Actually, Camp Rock 2 came out. Camp Rock 2 came out, and I was excited. I'm like, yes, there's finally a second Camp Rock. I fell in love again with, obviously, the second movie, and I knew right then and there that there was just something impractical about this movie that is completely different. And to see me watching Hannah Montana, and then me watching Wizards, and then me seeing a character in Camp Rock called Demi Lovato, I knew one day that she was going to be international sensation. I mean, obviously she wasn't going to be as famous as Miley because she grew up on the show. But things happened during Camp Rock that people don't know about. I need to finish Demi Lovato's life story. But on the side note, we're not going to talk about that. But on that note, I watched it. And I loved it so much. Oh, and one other thing, if you hear my TV going off, it's because I have it on and I'm trying to get the cable back on. There's either something wrong with our cable or we need a new TV. And then came along a show called Good Luck Charlie. I think it came out in like 2009. And I loved it. I loved everything. And when the show came out, there's this girl named Bridget Metler. She started releasing music. And I'm like, oh, great. Oh, awesome. This is going to be another famous singer. How many singers do we need from Disney? And hold on. Our TV's trying to come back on. Hold on, everyone. Alright, I'm going to mute it just because hopefully we can get things rolling. But I was like, oh great, another international sensation. I'm like, well, it's okay. And then when she started doing music, she started doing her song Hurricane and Ready or Not and her other songs that I don't know the name of. But I was like, and then I watched Radio Disney, which is what is it? An award show. I couldn't think of the name. An award show that was all Disney actors, and it was awesome. Her singing, everybody singing was awesome, and they sing. And they get awards. I'm not really for sure if I remember, but I think you got awards for like the best show or movie or whatever. And then after that, we finally got kind of like some sad news. By that time in 2011, Hannah Montana came to an end. It was deep saddened that a Disney show that has been on since 2006 that 2006 it came to an end, and we know the reason is because Miley Cyrus was 18 and she felt like that I don't want to be an 18-year-old portraying a teenager that's 14. I feel like I want to go somewhere else. I want to live my own life, which is totally okay. It's okay. Everything happens like that. But after Hannah Montana ended, I feel like things kind of went a little bit downhill. Not really. I know I missed a whole lot of like shows and stuff, but now we're going to go to 2018. 2018, actually let's go to 2015. 2015 is when two new things came on Disney. A Disney Channel original movie and a Disney show called Liv and Maddie and Teen Beach Movie. They both came out on the exact same day. So me watching Teen Beach Movie was completely different from everything else. As you guys know, Teen Beach Movie has a cast from Austin and Ally called Ross Lynch. And you might see him every now and then if you follow his sister on her YouTube page called Rydell Lynch. She does a lot with her siblings. They have a brother named Riker. He has a brother named Riker, Rydell, Rylan, and Rocky, and then him. And his sister has 3 kids named Super, Sweetie, and Storm. And their newborn is Storm, and his name is Storm Rocky Ross Lynch. So if you want to know a little bit about his life, you could do that. I don't know if they still do music or not, but they used to do music. I don't remember what their band name was, but their band name now is called R5. Probably because their names all start with the letter R, and there's 5 of them. And the reason why his sister is having kids, they're 3 years old and under. Because she knew her mom had 5 kids with the same letter, which is totally okay. You can name your kids whatever. You can have your kids have the same middle name, same middle name as their mom, their dad, their grandma, and their grandpa, whatever, or their same first letter. It just all depends. And then when Liv and Maddie came out on the same day, I was like, this is awesome. Dove Cameron came out in the same year. And then a few months later, there's a new movie called Descendants. And obviously, I knew I was going to fall in love because it had Cameron Boyce, and it had China Anne McClain, and it also had Dove Cameron, which played in Liv and Maddie, and Farm, and Jessie. I knew that I was going to fall in love because of all of them. And obviously I knew I was going to fall in love because of Kenny Ortega. He directed Hocus Pocus in 1993, and he directed all the High School Musical movies from 2006 to 2010. And then him being the director of all three of the Descendants movies, I knew I was instantly going to fall in love. I fell in love instantly. I knew. Instantly. And there was just something about Disney that had something in me that I knew something was here. And you guys know when I do certain videos, I talk a lot about childhood and talk a lot about this hurts to see this show end. And watching the first show, it's kind of like having a kid and watching it grow successfully into a young person, and then watching it finally leave the world. And it's just sad, you know? First, you hear of a show. Same thing when you get pregnant. You hear that you're pregnant, and then when the show comes, you're excited to meet, the show or your baby, and then your show progressively gets successful, and then when it reaches the end of their time to go, their death time, it's like, I don't want you to leave, but you have to. And then once that person leaves and that show ends, it's like I have a missing piece missing from me. And all those shows and movies that we grew up, that I just said, half of my heart is missing. All those pieces are breaking apart for all those shows and movies that came to an end. And I know you guys feel the exact same way. And going to the second Descendants movie, I was excited that there was another one. I was really deeply excited. It was great, everything. And then in 2019, the third movie came out. But before then, something tragically happened in the Disney community. My eyes are getting teary-eyed because it knows what I'm about to say. We all know of this famous, loving actor that played Luke Ross in Jessie and Luke Ross in Bumped. And my mom told me that a Disney actor died. And I said, who? And she was like, Cameron Boyce. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's Cameron Boyce. I know I've said voice sometimes, but when I look up his name, it says voice instead of Boyce. I know there's a lot of weird names out there, and it's hard to pronounce, but sooner or later you'll get it. Like, it was hard for me to say the name Kathy and Jimmy. I would always say it wrong, and now I say it correctly. But on the side note, it popped up on the TV screen stating that a Disney star has died at the age of 20. And I'm like, who? And I'm like, the only person that I'm thinking of is this person that I can think of that's 20. And they say that Cameron Boyce has died at the age of 20 due to an undetected medical condition. He was suffering with epilepsy since he was a kid, and you didn't know it on Disney that he was. And to find out that one of your favorite Disney actors from one of your favorite shows has died is the most saddest thing. It's like losing a child. I grew up watching him grow successfully was traumatically tremendous. And to lose him at the age of 20 is deeply saddened. the reason why I kind of made this channel, so the reason why I made this channel is so his parents, friends, co-stars, sister, family can look at these videos and realize that there's this one person that I want to keep every Disney character memory alive. They were a part of our childhood. And when they die, I will keep their memory alive. And Cameron Boyce is only like he's only like 4 years older than me, which actually ain't that bad. And to lose him was very devastating. I didn't know what would happen after that. After he died, Disney just completely went downhill. Things went dramatically downhill. Obviously, they had a new show called Raven's Home. It's based off of the original TV show Cory in the House. Then Cory in the House went to That's So Raven, and then That's So Raven went to Raven's Home. And I didn't grow up with Cory in the House or That's So Raven. Some of you guys might have, because some of you guys might be, 2 or 3 years older than me. I grew up with Raven's Home. I was a teenager, and yes, and I don't know if I grew up with the Cheetah Girls or not. I don't know if I've seen it, but Disney has been successful over the years, and I just want people to know that I love Disney, and I want to keep everyone's memory alive. These characters are not here anymore that were on these shows. Hannah Montana's not here. Luke Ross is not here. I'm not talking about the actors that played that character. I'm talking about like the characters in that show. You're not gonna go to Walmart or to the mall and see Hannah Montana. I mean, you can go to the mall and get like a shirt of Hannah Montana, but you're not going to see tons of merchandise. You're not going to see a microphone. You're not going to see a video game. You're not going to see shoes and all this other stuff. You're not. That was so way back when, But, that was Disney. And when I found out that Cameron Boyce has died, this February, I made a YouTube channel, which is what I'm filming now. And I didn't know that today, on October 5th, I would be internet sensational with almost 800 subscribers. I thought I was only going to get a few and be, not that famous. But I'm getting famous, and I just love everything that you guys have done beyond the horizon. And I love Disney so much. You guys are making my dreams come true. And one day, I hope to go to Disneyland and Disney World to really not only make my dreams come true, but make your dreams come true. Because it's once in a lifetime. So, that is pretty much the summing up of how I became a Disney geek to where I am successfully. I didn't talk about the actors. I was just talking about the show and movie related ideas. Next episode, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but next episode, we'll kind of deep dive into a specific episode, and we will talk about the Disney Channel Games of Games. So, if you want to see me talk about Disney Channel Games of Games, please stay tuned, and that will be there. So, I will look up some ideas on the internet and everything about Disney Channel Games of Games and everything. I might do a video later on it. I might do it next week. It just all depends. This video was supposed to be uploaded, was supposed to be done last week, but I was so busy with stuff that I didn't have time. So, thanks for everyone who has stayed tuned, and thank you so very much. We are now coming to a close on episode 1. Goodbye.